I'm heading this group with the name Future Transportation from Mercedes-Benz Vans. Mercedes-Benz Vans is a Daimler division, and my group, which is fairly new, fast growing, we're heading into 150 people which are dealing with the subjects we're going to explain you. Yeah, the group is set up to explore innovations beyond the core business of Mercedes-Benz Vans, and Mercedes-Benz Vans is in the Sprinter business, in the Vito business, in the V-Class business, and you might have heard all of these products. We are going beyond that, and the mission is to do innovations in the technical field as well as exploring the fields of business innovations, and you will learn how Matternet and Mercedes-Benz Vans team up to explore exactly that in one very, very interesting application. So to start, when you look at the mega trends, and I think most of you have seen such a slide more or less before, but we need to start here at that point. It's the growing urbanization, the growing population in urban cities, and this is not only something happening in the developing countries, it's also happening here in Europe, it's happening in North America and in Asia especially. And there what you see is that the population, especially in the metropolitan areas, have really a growing demand on e-commerce goods. They order their stuff online. It's not only about books anymore, it's about food, it's about virtually everything. And I don't know how it is with you in your private life, but when I look at my private life, hardly any day passes without a package being delivered to our doorstep. And luckily for us, as Mercedes-Benz Vans, most of these packages are being delivered by vans. But still, this on-demand economy is really, really growing rapidly. And we think we need to provide more than just a van for this. And you will learn about this in a minute.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed delighted that it is ladies and gentlemen, many ladies in the audience. I think the future of the industry is bright if we're attracting talent from all segments of our society in the future and, of course, in the present. I'm working for a company called Matternet. We're a 6-year-old Silicon Valley startup, and our mission is to make access to goods as easy and as universal as access to information has become, thanks to our smartphones and similar devices that we use today. We don't need to go to libraries. We don't need to go to travel agents to get the information that we need. We have it at our fingertips all the time, on time, and we believe that the future of access to goods will be and should be similar. We should be able to access goods, order them via the internet, and expect them on demand. Now, how should that happen? One of the ironies of logistics is the comparison between long-haul transportation and short-haul. I've been in logistics throughout my career, working for airlines, for shipping companies, and now, of course, for Matternet. And the irony is that the transportation is most reliable over the longest distances. You can consolidate freight, you can bring it together, you can standardize the packaging, containerize, and then transport from one airport at one end of the world to the other. You can travel from one railway station to another, you can travel from one port to another, extremely reliably and very cost effectively per kilometer of transportation. And in the last mile, this is where the challenges arise. We have congestion, we have pollution, we have all kinds of constraints that make that last mile transportation unreliable, difficult, and this, of course, presents tremendous challenges to all kinds of different industries. And we believe that we have one of the answers. We need to find new solutions and a paradigm with using drones, but drones also in combination with other forms of transportation that will make this transformation possible.
Okay, the way we look at it is that our vans are a device for the transportation of goods as well as for the transportation of people. And drones, quadrocopters, as Matternet are developing, they are nothing else. They are devices for the transportation of goods. They can be used for that. And what we thought is, why not combining both worlds and forming a lot more synergy coming from the combination of drones and vans. And you will learn about this in this talk this morning. What we did as Mercedes-Benz Vans, we did a strategic investment into Matternet, which was released last year. We go into joint development of complete and holistic solutions for our common customers when it comes to the transportation of goods in the combination of drones and vans. And of course, we are evaluating even more cooperation in that field. And what you see here is one example, and you learn about this in a minute in a short video we provided, where some goods are being delivered to the van by a drone. And the other thing is, this is our vision van. You will learn about this at the very end of our talk, where some parcels are being delivered from the van to the customer, to his house by drones. So let's start with that short little video and this example.
We started the project Vans and Drones because MB Vans is constantly exploring into new fields of business and technologies to offer the best value for our customer. With Matternet, we have found an innovative and experienced partner, and with combining our assets and their assets, we see a lot of potential for future applications.
Well, in most cities today, there is severe traffic. There is a certain windows of time when it's almost impossible to get between places easily. That means very high cost and very much time spent on the road.
Vans and Drones is an integrated delivery service, and it starts with a mobile application which can be used to order items directly at the construction site. When the order is placed, it will be dispatched from a retail store directly via a drone, and the drone is then traveling from the retail store to our Mercedes-Benz van.
Through this partnership with Mercedes-Benz, we integrated technology in the roof of the van to create a safe landing zone on the van roof. The drone automatically is routed to that location. It then senses a beacon in the roof of the van and lands on it safely in a fully autonomous way.
When the drone is in its final approach to the van, the customer has to confirm with its mobile application that it's safe to land, and when he gave the confirmation, the drone lands on rooftop, drops the item onto the roof and launches back again to the retailer, and the customer can retrieve the ordered items directly from the rooftop of our van.
I believe that drones will enable a new way to access goods every day. We will be able to access goods on demand and be able to receive them very fast, very cheaply, at the location of our choice. In Mercedes-Benz, we found a partner that is not only synonymous with quality, safety, reliability, efficiency, but also a partner that is willing to imagine and create the future with us.
Mercedes-Benz, vans born to run.
So where are we coming from? Once again, our company started in 2011. We've been collaborating with organizations like the World Health Organization, Doctors Without Borders, UNICEF, executing missions in a number of countries all around the world, in Bhutan, in the Dominican Republic, in Papua New Guinea, in Africa in 2015. So we've been working on proving that this technology is ready for deployment at scale. We started the collaboration with Daimler in 2015 also, and revealed the van that you'll hear more about in a moment in September last year. In 2015, we were able to do a deployment in Switzerland, executing a number of flights beyond line of sight, as we call it, so 10 kilometers across the Swiss countryside, fully reliably on behalf of Swiss Post. And this led to a collaboration this year, which again you will hear more about in a moment, where we were able to do a pilot in Switzerland for the first time in an urban environment, transporting medical samples between two hospitals. The technology is available. Our vehicles can transport up to 2 kilos over distances of up to 20 kilometers. fully reliably, and in the case of Lugano, we did some 90 flights over the city, as you will see shortly. We're now getting ready to do a similar pilot for the technology that we are showcasing in this room today, which is van and drone, and we're in advanced preparations for a pilot that will be in Europe during the course of this year. To give you more insights into what happened in Lugano, we also have a short video. We collaborated with Swiss Post, the National Postal Organization of Switzerland, and a local hospital company in Lugano that runs several facilities throughout the canton. They have laboratories in each of the hospitals, and of course, with personalized medicine, with more and more advanced medicine, they need to specialize the laboratories for certain functions. And today they're transporting samples, diagnostic samples, blood samples, between the two facilities using taxis, and of course taxis have to maneuver through the city center, are subject to the congestion that there is in the city center, even in a small town like Lugano. And here you see a different solution. Direct flights just beyond a kilometer, transporting those samples reliably from location to location.
So it doesn't stop there. When you look at this application, what you see with this, or what you saw with this craftsman ordering a cutting blade for his tool which was broken, I think it's very, very obvious that this will make a business case, that it's really, really cheaper to have him on the countryside do some other work, whereas in nowadays he would have to drive to a, let's say, DIY store, let's say 20 minutes drive, 20 minutes shopping in the DIY store, 20 minutes drive back, an hour is gone. And you might have experienced that in your private life as well, when a craftsman enters your house and does some repair work, that he sometimes needs to leave because something is missing. In this case here, we provide a solution where the goods can be ordered directly via an e-commerce channel and being delivered to the van in a very safe manner. And goods are now delivered on the spot to the right time at the right place. It's not only about service technicians and craftsmen, as in the video you saw. It can also be medicine, as in the example of Lugano, where, let's say, some vital medicine can be transported to an ambulance, which is already on the spot where an accident occurred. Or think about roadside assistance. Yeah, when you have someone repairing a truck at the roadside which broke down, and a special part is needed, depending on the size and the weight, of course. Yeah, this could be transported right to the spot via a drone to the repair van. And there are many, many more applications we see, and this is why we don't think it's only a niche market. This will come, and we are ready. We, Matternet and Mercedes-Benz Vans, we developed this technology, and we are ready to pilot it in the field in the course of 2017. And yeah, this is the rear view of our vision van, which we have here in the glass hall. There will be a demonstration, I think, right after this panel, so don't miss that out, to go to the glass hall and look at this vision van, this show car we have on display there. The technology is there, the customer value is there, customer value for, let's say, this service technician, this craftsman you've seen in the video, but also for the retailers. They can offer completely new distribution channels to their customers. They can offer other service levels to their customers. The goods are being delivered at the right time, at the minute someone asks for. So if you ask for delivery, let's say at 10 o'clock sharp Saturday morning, it'll be there at 10 o'clock sharp on a Saturday morning. This could otherwise only be done by a courier, which is much more costly than this combination of drones and a van. So there's a lot of business potential in it and a lot of market potential in it, and we believe in this, and this is why we invested in Matternet and why we teamed up with Matternet, and you will hear about us, about what we are doing in 2017 more.
So we have the technology. The technology is evolving very fast, of course, but the technology is already able to execute these missions today. The market, Stefan has just talked about. Of course, we also need a regulatory framework for this to happen. Now, one of the great good fortunes is that these vehicles that we're flying, these drones that we're flying, of course, are a very sophisticated piece of machinery. It's not like the hobby drones that you can buy for a few $100s in a local shop. You may fly it within line of sight only, but anybody can fly them, unfortunately, because some people do some pretty strange and stupid things with them. But our vehicles are professional tools. We want them to solve real problems in logistics around the world. And we need a regulatory framework which makes it safe for us to operate these vehicles and to organize the traffic. Unfortunately, that framework is now evolving very, very rapidly. Once again, in Switzerland, we were able to start a collaboration with the Swiss Civil Aviation Authority that enabled us to do a number of flights beyond line of sight in 2015. Our vehicle, which we called at that time Matternet 1, was certified by the Civil Aviation Authority, carrying a registration number just as an aircraft. A manned aircraft has a registration number, and we had approval for the flights that we executed. We were able to get the approval for flights across a city, as you saw in the video that I shared with you a short while ago. And now the Swiss Civil Aviation Authority representatives are heading up a working group, a JARIS working group as they call it, with other civil aviation authorities from around the world, looking to establish global standards for the certification of vehicles, for the risk assessment of the missions that are to be performed, and therefore for the approval of those routes that will be carrying all kinds of goods as described by Stefan. This process is well underway, and we think it's extremely important. Once again, there is risk with any type of technology, but none of us even give a second thought to the aircraft flying overhead over our cities every day, because we know that there is a tremendous track record of safety and reliability with the airline industry. And it is exactly the same standards which we're seeking to achieve, and it is the same civil aviation authorities that are responsible for creating that framework for us.
Okay, this is a video of our Vision van, the van displayed in the glass hole. It's a holistic system, and you will learn that it can really have quantum leaps in efficiency when it comes to parcel distribution on the last mile. On one hand, because of the parallelization of processes, drones are bringing out parcels, as well as the man, the courier, is bringing out parcels, but also because we do have a kind of a one-shot loading system. We do have some automation within the cargo space of the van, no sorting, no searching necessary anymore. Have a look at it, and we have it on display. It's real. The van is there in the glass hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've had a glimpse into the present, you've had a glimpse into the future. And we believe that the technology that we're developing together will be addressing problems that will facilitate trade. Facilitate trade means also enhancing business opportunities in any country around the world. This is a way of creating a framework that will enhance the national competitiveness of any economy. These types of tools making our cities of the future not only livable but functional. And this is why we're addressing this audience and have great pleasure in being here today. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oliver and Stefan. I think you really gave us a good start to the discussions about innovation, and I've seen this coming to market as prototypes in some years back, and I think we are now moving very close to realization, and it's great to see the kind of pace that this is moving with, as we have to solve some of the problems in the mobility sector, as you mentioned. So we will take a few questions. Yes, please. I think there will be a microphone coming.
Thank you. I kind of understand the delivering product by drones, but I'm just wondering where the vans from your company actually fits into this whole story. The video shows that the drone actually delivers this box on the top of the vans, but the another video shows that your drone also pick up and deliver the medical the product on the ground. So why the vans actually are sort of the part of this integration for the future this delivery model? Thanks.
Great question, thank you. You just perfectly described two concepts we are pursuing. One, internally we call it the sky bridge thing. This is what you saw with the Craftsman, where the drone is delivering a good to the van, and you need the van to have a secure place. There is technology in the roof of the van to maintain the clearance of the area above the van. There are some triangulation devices so that the drone can really securely land on top of the roof of the van. So this is the sky bridge concept, and another one, this with the last video we showed, and with the Vision van here on display in the glass hall. There, it's something we call a sky shuttle, where your drone, your goods to be delivered, are dispatched from the van, and they're going now to the end customer, and they can now land either on a device we designed together with Matternet, which stands in your backyard or in your front yard, or there might be other means of secure landing, and there is where your parcel is being handed over. So two concepts, and in both concepts you need the van. In the last concept, these automated systems, they hand over the parcel to be delivered to the drones on the roof of the van.
Okay, I think we will have to continue to the next speaker, and then we will take the questions at the end in the panel. So thank you very much once again for your presentation.
Thank you.